Alright, the Flopzilla's back with another quote. And this one is by Jean Jacques Rousseau? I don't know, man, but that's a French ass name, baby. And I don't know how to pronounce it, but apparently you famous, and apparently you got some quotes. There's a whole bunch by him, but I'll read this one. You guys ready? Alright. I prefer liberty with danger than peace with slavery. Ooh, you guys know exactly what this topic is about, isn't it? It's about the comfort of security, or less of that for freedom. Freedom or security? What do you want? Big Brother's watching. Do you want that? Or would you rather him not be on your ass and you can do whatever you want? This is the whole reason why a lot of, protests and political shit happens, bro. Like, here in Melbourne, I know Melbourne's not that hectic and all that, but a lot of people, they don't like the idea of being controlled. They don't like the liberties being restricted, sanctioned, if anything. And they'll go out and run amok and cause a ruckus just because the government's trying to have a tighter hold on everyone. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just for civilization's sake. The government's got to have a good amount of control so they can protect everyone. Because in a sense, that is the job of the governing bodies, to protect and facilitate goodness for its people. And yet the people don't like that. Ooh, it's a pretty deep topic. I'll read this quote again. I prefer liberty with danger than peace with slavery. In a sense, sadly, especially in the context of civilization, when you want peace, in a sense, it usually goes hand in hand with the idea of slavery or being controlled. Because the idea of being free is a higher risk to your comfort and peace. Doesn't always have to be, but just in the general terms of, a large populace and how to guarantee peace and safety for all, there needs to be a lot of control put upon the people. Especially because, sadly, a lot of the peoples, they're not warriors. They're just regular civilians that wouldn't stand a chance when shit gets heavy. No offense, but that's just like the truth of it. So to protect the vulnerable populace, there needs to be a sense of control of how the whole population moves, acts, grows. Because we can't just have everyone lurking around doing whatever they want. If we do, that leaves little windows open for danger to come in and disrupt whatever society is being protected. If I was, someone in charge of the safety of a village, for example, I want to know every wall that blocks and protects the village. I want to know every entry point to this village and every exit point. And I want to know who's managing it, who's controlling it all. And wait, bless me. And I want control of what comes in and what comes out. There will be no other secret little pockets or windows or anything or entryways for other things to come in and out. No. I want to know exactly what flows in and out. Because when I can control what flows in and out, that will reduce the work I have to do on possible risks that could jeopardize my village. And that is the sense of like what's that's the very general basic terms of a governing body looking after its populace. I know it gets deeper and it's more complicated like that. Of course it's more complicated. But at the essence of it, it's about protection. If sadly, the civilians that can't do anything, that aren't built for mayhem, if I'm to protect them, I need to be able to control them as well and control everyone else. All you erratic and other people that like to do risky things that could jeopardize everyone else, I need to kind of have some sort of restrictions on you too. Because if not, you free thinkers are risking my people. Not that I'm standing for that, of course. Like, everyone knows, if they know me, I'm a very free thinker. I'm the one that these governing bodies want to put under control, of course. So luckily, I get to play the fine lines about what's going on. But I understand what the purpose of it is. I'm not one of those people that just go out and protest, like, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong. No. I understand what these restrictions and stuff are. But I know what they're good for, because they are for the goodness of most people. When I have a child, when I have children, I hope that the governing bodies have systems in place to make it safer for my child to thrive and grow into, a nice, fine person. Like that's nice. That's a beautiful comfort to accept. But at the same time, I know the risks of comfort. Because one thing I don't like is someone trying to control me too much, or shackles on me, or too much burdens on my shoulders that I have to deal with. Oh, just get off, man. I'm a free man. I'm a free spirit. And one thing I do love is the freedom, the liberty to make more choices, to make any choice, really. I am part of civilization, so I accept that not all the choices I want are available. But if I can stretch the possibility of more opportunities as much as I can, I'll do it. I love it. I love being free. I'm like a horse. I gotta travel and gallop all over the joint. Not for any reason, just because it fulfills me just to gallop around. If you keep me in a small paddock or in the stable, oh man, I can't stand it. I'm not fulfilling this hidden desire that I don't truly understand within myself. I just know, man, I gotta move, baby. I gotta keep getting out there and making moves, because that's what makes me feel like it's worth being alive. Even with all the comfort and security that an outside body can provide to me, I don't feel like living in that complete security and control, because the other side of me, that side that loves to wake up every day and do something and explore, that's the side that's the part in me, that's the fire in me that allows me to live for another day, because it can't wait to explore and gallop around more and more and more. Can't wait to get in touch with some fully philosophical ass quotes and, explore that, if anything. I know for now I gotta explore mentally, but physically as well. Jean, whatever his name is, Jean Jacques, or, Jacques, he prefers liberty with danger. What he's saying is that he prefers to be allowed to do more, have more options in his autonomy, knowing that there's a risk. Because he knows when there's too much restrictions and control, there's a less a lesser possibility for beautiful growth. He understands that growth and fulfillment need to be free. They can't be stagnated or restricted. If you truly want to grow beautifully and flourish, when freedom, and I guess we could say liberty, is upon us, we grow and we thrive and we flourish heaps better. We're not restricted by the fish bowl that we're in. You know that idea where, or that saying where, like, if you get a shark and you put it in a fish bowl, it will only grow as big as the fish bowl. But if you chuck it into the sea, that's megalodon up in your face. Jean, he wants to be the megalodon. He doesn't want to be restricted by a little fish bowl. He wants to be big. Whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. Because he knows what it means to get better opportunities. He knows what better opportunities can do for him, how they can fulfill him. When you start living in a world where everything's kind of too safe, you understand how, like, it limits you, because whatever you try to engage with, a human, when they try to engage with something and they're really passionate about it, they can foresee how things can grow and explode and, reach amazing heights. And then when you start thinking about, like, oh, but look at my environment, doesn't allow this, doesn't allow that. Oh, I have to go through this, go through that. And there's all these restrictions and rules and all that. Oh man, it's kind of hard to flourish and enjoy the beauty. Of course, the rules are there for a reason. But when you rely too much on the rules, you miss out on the most beautiful thing in life, which is freedom and the autonomy to fly wherever the hell you want to. Sometimes people, they're like, oh, I wish I could, like, go to this country. Oh, I wish I could do that. And you ask them, why not? Why don't you just go? Well, I asked them that, and they're like, oh, but, I don't really have money, and I don't really have time, blah, blah, blah. I have to do this, I have to do that. And then I'm thinking to myself, you actually got a lot of money. Like, you've been working a lot. Just, like, save a bit, plan the date when you're free time, just do it. They're like, oh, yeah, but, this and that, I gotta do. They feel trapped. They, like, in their mind, they're like, oh, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And they've been living in the comfort of security for so long that they don't understand that there are opportunities out there that they can take if they just realize that they don't always have to rely on the comfort. The comfort and security of safety is always going to be there, and you can embrace it when you need it. But what they sound like is like, oh, I wish I could. They're trying to get back to reality and enjoy what life really has out there. It's just too bad that their mind is too used to imprisoning themselves. Like, oh, I can't do this. Of course they can do it. Just do it. Just, like, if you have to work and you have to keep your job, fair enough. But you're going to have holidays. You're going to, there's going to be a time where you can just take a few days, travel there and go. Oh, I don't have money. Yo, heaps of you work heaps. Y'all have heaps of money. And look, I know people are going to argue, oh, you don't know what it's like, blah, 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 blah. Because the same people that say they don't have money, they're spending heaps of money on things that they don't necessarily have to. They're just doing it on cheap, shallow and empty pleasures. And, just maybe like $10-20 a week. Keep accumulating that for your plane ticket or boat ride or whatever, how you choose to travel. And you might be able to experience something just for a few days. And like, oh, only a few days, I might as well. Man, y'all want too much. Just go to wherever you want to go just for a day. That's all you need. You won't regret it. Unless you're one of those people like, oh, I wish I could have this, wish I could have that. Learn to enjoy the moment. Jean, he knows when he's more free, he can enjoy the present so much more. Because the problem with comfort and security is that it kind of limits how you can enjoy the present. Whereas when he knows he has that liberty, he can wake up every day, and when he wakes up that day, the world is his oyster. I don't even know what that quote means, because like, I don't want oyster. That shit tastes disgusting. I mean, like, there's some reasons why I have it, you know, like when you're out on a date, it's like, oh my God, I want oysters. Oh, do you? But it works magic, apparently. But yeah, when he has that liberty, because he knows, I know it. I love liberty. I love freedom. There are, of course, differences between liberty and freedom. I don't feel like explaining them. But I develop my security within myself. I trust myself to keep myself alive. I empower myself to be strong enough to face risks and dangers so that I don't have to rely on an outside governing body to provide me all the safety that I need. Of course, there's so much safety that an outside governing body can provide me that will make life more efficient. But they don't have to provide every single little bit of security that restricts and controls my whole life. Big Brother doesn't need to be in charge of me. Big Brother can just be my ally and support me. That's the difference. Big Brother supports me. He doesn't control me. He only controls me when I let him. Just like God supports me. If I let him, he can control me. But I'm just free, baby. Like Jean. It's risky. It's dangerous. But maybe that's what makes it more fun and beautiful. I got no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just going to end this Phlopy one right here. Signing out.